Good morning, or maybe afternoon if you're watching this. I'm Miss Evans, and this is our first at-home cooking video. I'm laying like this because this is how my camera has to be in my home for you guys to be able to see. But today I am demoing our biscuits, and you guys will be making biscuits either on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on what teacher and what class you have. So here we go. I have sanitized this area with warm soap and water because we will be rolling dough out on the surface. Okay, and my instructions are on my phone, so I will be referring back to my phone. So it says to preheat oven to 425. Okay. Then it says to sift flour and dry buttermilk in mixing bowl. So I need 2 cups of self-rising flour and 3 tablespoons of dry buttermilk. So at school, you guys have hand crank sifters. At home, I just have one of these. So you have to bear with me. So this is self-rising flour I took from school. To spoon it in and level it off. Probably will make a mess. Let's see if you can. I might actually be able to do this. I will level that off. There's one. Oh, I hope I can get 2. On the countertop. Okay, please hold. Okay, you know what? We're gonna have this recipe for me at home because I don't have enough flour, self-rising flour, but we won't have that issue at home. So here's 1 cup of flour. So I need 2.5 tablespoons. Nope, 1.5 tablespoons of dry buttermilk. So there's 1. Let me go get my teaspoon. And then I'm going to do, I know that there are 3 teaspoons in 1 tablespoon. So I need half a tablespoon. So in order to do that, there are 3 of these. So I'm going to do 1.5. So there's 1, and then my half. And at school, you'll be pouring this straight into the sifter. I am going to have to do something a little different. I'm going to set my sifter like this, and then I'm just going to dump all the measured ingredients into the sifter and then sift. What this is doing, it's incorporating the buttermilk powder and the flour. It's also taking out any lumps you may have. Okay, so back in the bowl it goes. Then, let me check my recipe. It says cut the margarine into dry ingredients until resembles coarse meal or crumbly peas. So cutting in, anytime you see something that says cut in, this is what you are going to be using. This is called a pastry blender, okay? And this is going to cut our fat, which is butter, into our flour, okay? I need half a cup. Half a cup is a whole stick, but remember I'm cutting that in half, so half of a half is a fourth. So, the handy dandy lines. I'm gonna drop this in. Maybe make sure there's no paper on it. All right. Now, I'm going to make this resemble like sand or peas. So all you do, and you want your butter to be right out of the refrigerator. Sometimes it gets stuck in here, so I just take the back of my knife. Okay. So what this is doing is it's combining the two ingredients, not mixing it. When I think of mixing, I think of like cookie dough. Okay. When that dough is mixed together, it makes one big cookie dough ball. So we want it to resemble pea size. So you just have to keep cutting and incorporating into all the flour and dry butter milk. Okay. And you don't want any butter left behind on this. Then I'm done with that. So you can kind of see, my hands are clean, it's coarse texture. Okay. All right, now we are going to add water, I believe. Let me double check. Yes, so it's a half a cup plus 1 tablespoon. Okay, so we have to half that. So a fourth of a cup, and you want cold water. So I've had this in the refrigerator. I'm going to do a fourth of a cup. Okay, plus a tablespoon. And we know that I need half a tablespoon, so that's going to be 1.5 teaspoons. One and a half teaspoons. Okay, then I'm going to incorporate and stir together this. Then it says to turn out on a lightly floured surface, knead 3 to 4 times, and roll out with a rolling pin. Okay, so in goes my water. I am going to use a spoon. Okay, the trick here is keeping, and not over mixing, but keeping the butter nice and cold. The second I go to knead this, that butter is going to start melting because of my body heat. Okay, and I don't want to have that happen just yet. I want to incorporate all the flour and kind of get it to look a little bit more chunky. It's not going to hold together like a ball yet. All right, so here we go. Lightly floured surface. I think I need to work back here so you guys can see. I'm going to continue to use my self-rising flour. All right, turn it out on the surface. Again, it's not going to be in a ball shape. This is probably where at school, because of COVID, you're going to want to wash your hands again before you start kneading the dough. Okay. Or actually, let's use gloves. If we're kneading dough, we're going to use gloves at school. I don't have any at home. Okay, so when I'm kneading, I'm kind of trying to form into a ball and push down in the center and then pick up and fold over. So that's 2, 3. Make sure it's nice and floured. 4, we'll just go ahead and do 5. Okay, so now I'm gonna get this into a ball. Okay, I'm gonna grab my rolling pin. Should have got that out before, but. I'm gonna lightly flour my rolling pin and the top of my dough, okay? Right, and then I'm going to start from the center and roll out, kind of like a sun. I believe these are supposed to be 3/4 of an inch thick to 1/2 an inch thick. So I always do like from my fingertip to that first knuckle. Okay, so that's good. So I'm not gonna be able to make very many biscuits because of how I don't have the right tools. Let me wash my hands, or I didn't have the right flour. Somewhere. I don't have a biscuit cutter at my home. I have cookie cutters, but I'm just going to use the edge of this mason jar glass. So I'm going to get a little flour on it. I'm going to get out my cookie sheet. I'm going to use a smaller cookie sheet than the one I had out. The cookie sheet has to be greased. So remember, at school we're going to do that over the sink. And then I'm going to start making biscuits, cutting them. It works better with a cutter. And then I believe you have to place them 1/2 an inch apart. So this is what it will look like. I'm going to place them on my cookie sheet. Okay, bake for 11 to 14 minutes. So I want to set my timer for 14 or 11 minutes, not 14, because I can always add time, not take it away. Okay. At this point, I can do one more maybe. See if I can get one more. Okay, then yours at school will make probably 8 to 12, but because I have to, mine just made 5. Probably could get one more out of this, but maybe I will just bake this guy, just like this. But at school, we can just, if we have a little dough left that we can't make any more out of, probably for time purposes, we will just go on. Okay, I'm gonna pop these in the oven. Remember when we put things in the oven, you always want your oven door to come all the way down. When we were doing muffins, I noticed a lot of people standing here and putting things in the oven. You want the oven door to come all the way down. My oven is not quite preheated yet, so I will either take a picture and add it to the end of these photos when they are completed, or come back on with a video at the end. Thanks for joining.